Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening. First tonight, the state has recorded more than 1,200 new COVID cases and a sharp rise in hospitalisations, with 11 people being treated for the illness. The jab rollout for 5 to 11-year-olds began today, with more than 40% of the cohort booked in for a jab over the coming weeks.
Some of the youngest Tasmanians are stepping up to be protected against COVID. Vaccinations for 5 to 11-year-olds begin today, and Erin booked her twins in as soon as she could.
Protect them, keep them safe. So yeah, they've had all their other immunisations, and I'm a big believer in immunisations and feel it's important.
I'm petrified of needles and injections, but I think I'm going to be on my bravest emotions.
Tasmania is the only state where pharmacies aren't helping vaccinate the cohort. They're still waiting on state government approval.
We've had quite a lot of questions about when children will be able to be vaccinated through pharmacy, and we haven't really been able to give them a great answer.
We have capacity within the state system to have every one of those 45,000 children vaccinated by a nurse with experience in vaccinating children.
Saying there's time for them all to get a first dose before school starts. New cases decreased for the second day in a row, down to 1,218. Active cases stand at just under 8,000. However, there's been an increase in the number of hospitalisations. 11 people are now being treated for COVID, up from 4 yesterday. Government is now affected, with Minister Guy Barnett testing positive.
This wave of COVID is expected to last a number of weeks.
We are going to see a larger number of people presenting in hospital and needing support. That does concern me, because we know that our health system is not coping now.
199 healthcare workers are now positive for the virus, and more critical industries such as food manufacturing and truck drivers are being added to the list that won't have to isolate if they're close contacts, with the aim of avoiding a food shortage.
The Gutwein government has lost control of this COVID outbreak because they didn't account for Omicron, and they took their hands off the levers once we opened the floodgates.
Public health expert Bill Botel says there was enough information about Omicron before borders opened to predict an explosion of cases. He says the response has shown a lack of planning, and there needs to be a major rethink of the state's approach.
We've got to upgrade the masks to N95 masks. We've got to look at better ventilation in our offices and schools and buildings. We've got to educate the people more than we are.
The government says new modelling on the spread of the virus is coming this week, along with financial support packages for businesses. It's also promised information on its plans for schools, saying a national position on restrictions is being formed. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
As COVID cases rise on King Island, the Mayor is calling for public health to scrap its advice to not travel to the area, labelling it unnecessary. It follows local tourism businesses reporting damaging losses during the critical holiday period.
Despite its stunning sights and unique attractions, tourists are cancelling their trips to King Island.
We had a large tour group that was meant to be arriving today. That was a massive loss to the island's economy as well as mine. They eat at a different venue for every meal, so it's spread far and well around the island, a loss like that.
Bookings quickly dropping since Public Health advised last week to reconsider travel amid COVID cases on the island, now totalling 92. The owner fearing his tour business won't survive, missing critical income before the silent winter months.
Within the next few weeks, we're going to have to make some decisions on what we're going to do. We are rapidly losing that period of time where we can make income.
Leaving the Mayor disappointed after a tough 2 years.
I really don't know why it was necessary. All of our plans were working, nothing was going awry.
Urging authorities to scrap the advice.
We really need that to be removed, and we're hopeful that that will happen this week, because until that happens, we will continue to get cancellations.
The outbreak does have a little while to go, so I think that people should expect that on an island that so far has had 6% of its population has been a case, that it's possible there'll be disruptions to service there.
The state government now developing an assistance package for affected businesses, while the tourism sting spreads across other Tasmanian regional centres during the height of summer.
It's a peak, really important time for us at the moment. We'd be seeing that really ramp up about now, right through to Easter typically. So a lot of our operators are seeing that scale right back at the moment. We're seeing sort of 30 to 50% drop off.
I guess it's that sticky point where you're just trying to find the balance between operating and sustainable living with COVID. So it has been a bit of a challenge. So we have seen a little bit of a downturn in business.
Ruby Kamain, 7 Tasmania News.
Meanwhile, a support package has been unveiled for Hobart hospitality businesses crippled by the spread of coronavirus. The city's council will waive fees for the use of public spaces as outdoor dining areas until the end of March. Lord Mayor Anna Reynolds says it will save businesses money when they need it most. The move is one of a number of planned measures in response to the Omicron variant. A man is in a critical but stable condition after being hit by a car on a footpath in East Devonport. The 49-year-old was allegedly hit at 6:30 last night in front of the All Things Nice bakery. The driver, a white Toyota Hilux, was taken into custody at the scene and charged with causing grievous bodily harm by dangerous driving. A new partnership is helping break the cycle of generational unemployment, along with building affordable housing for Tasmanians. The first of many homes were unveiled today as part of the project in one of the state's most iconic tourist towns.
Helping to build a place to call home goes beyond just getting the job done for Iris Rimmer.
It's actually amazing. I came from housing department houses in my childhood, and to know I'll be giving back to families like mine and in worse conditions will be absolutely amazing.
She joins 16 other apprentices who'll be on the tools at social housing sites across Tasmania, with 9 new dwellings opened today in Richmond as part of the rollout.
I've had some hurdles through education, and St Joseph's and Build Up have got me back on track and been able to follow my dreams.
So we look at people that are registered on the social housing register that are suitable to a 2-bedroom property, and they now have an opportunity to join a greater community down here in Richmond.
Delivered by Centrecare Evolve Housing in conjunction with the state government, the affordable homes will go some way in addressing a growing crisis.
It does worry me if any Tasmanian is unable to access safe and affordable housing. That's exactly why we're investing $615 million in a new record to deliver more housing.
But Labor has rubbished the government's claims of building a house a day. Shadow Minister for Housing, Ella Haddad, saying they've made bold promises and have failed to deliver on them. Women over 55 and elderly Tasmanians make up the majority of new tenants who will move in here, with the cohort quickly becoming a large part of the social housing waiting list.
Come April, May, we'll be up around 250 to 260 houses under construction across the state, delivering in partnership with the state government.
With a focus on integration in regional areas of the state.
What we need to do is make sure that new builds in social housing are not done on a broad acre estate style, which is, a method from the 60s, 70s.
Grace Evans, 7 Tasmanian News.
Creative locals are encouraged to showcase their best landscape artwork on the national stage. Entries for the $100,000 Hadleys Art Prize in Tasmania are now open to artists across the country, with organisers hoping to beat last year's record number of 721.
We encourage a really diverse range of entries from artists right across the country of all career stages, and we always get so many different interpretations of the notion of landscape and special places to artists that they want to share through their work.
Really looking forward to seeing the type of different artworks, how they express their engagement with country or consider the landscape through their artworks.
Entries close on March 28th, with the winner announced in July. A Tasmanian motor racing sensation will take his driving talents to Europe for the upcoming season. Alex Peroni will be racing in the Le Mans Series for G-Drive Racing in the LMP2 Championship. The team and its American driver, John Faib, won the championship in 2021 and are looking to defend their title. Fellow Australian James Allen will also join the squad.
Good evening. Ouse and Launceston reached 26 today and in doing so tied for top temperature. Hobart 16, Burnie 23 and Devonport a top of 21 today. Flinders Island 25, Smithton reached 24, King Island and St Helens 23, Lowhead 22 and Strawn 20. Cloudy conditions today as bands crossed at will, clearer skies over the central north. The big feature, however, is Tropical Cyclone Tiffany over Cape York. A trough has cloud extending from Western Australia southeastwards, convective cloud evident over Queensland, New South Wales and northern Victoria. Tomorrow, a high to the west extends a ridge over southern Tasmania as troughs and lows continue to dominate the mainland. East to southeast winds at 15 to 25 knots, more southeasterly over the west, lighter winds over the south with swells at 2 metres. Minor flood warning for the South Esk and final flood warnings have been issued for the Meander and the Jordan catchment. Now for tomorrow, 20 the top for Hobart and partly cloudy, Adventure Bay partly cloudy and 19, 24 the high for Tarraleah. Launceston 26 degrees, a shower or two developing later, 23 for Devonport, a shower or two for Bridport with 22 the maximum. Burnie cloudy and 23, 24 the high for Strawn, a sunny day, but an afternoon shower further north at Marrawar and 22 degrees. St Helens tomorrow cloudy and 20, 19 for Swansea, possible morning shower for Whitemark on Flinders and 22. The sun expected to be above the horizon for 15 hours tomorrow with the UV index hitting an extreme 11. On Wednesday, fine and partly cloudy, just the chance of a light shower over the northwest. Showers over the Bass Strait Islands on Thursday along with the east and northwest. And on Friday, showers more likely over the east and southeast. A sunny 37 in Perth tomorrow, the trifecta in Adelaide. Hot, humid and sunny, 39 there. A clearing shower forecast for Melbourne, possible storm in Canberra, fine but cloudy in Sydney. Cloudy here as well, 15 in Hobart, 24 in Launceston, 20 in Devonport. Kim, one year I'm going to work out why, between Christmas and New Year, all your clothes just tend to shrink.
Well, at least your buttons are socially distancing, Murph. Good to have you back.